And we welcome you on Brookdale TV. The Jersey Blues taking on the Suffolk County Sharks. Game one of a doubleheader about to begin. Of course, we'll try to get 2 games in today, but you can see the conditions overhead. Cloudy skies, rain is expected later. So we'll see how much baseball we can play here in Lincroft. Brian Goudsward here with you as Dom Lafroskia is in the batter's box for the Sharks, and Spencer winds his first pitch of the day. Is hit on the ground, high chopper to third, handled by Bresniak, long throw, and he gets him at first base for the first out. So 1 pitch, and the game's first out. And I'll bring up Will Winter, and he is the center fielder for the Suffolk County team, who's in first place in their section of the standings. They come out of the Region 15. First one swung on, hit in the air, first base side, and that'll be out of play. So they're going up in attack mode against Spencer with 2 swings and 2 pitches. Strike 1 on Winter. 1 out, base is clear, and the 0-1 delivery goes to the off-speed pitch, missed a bit high, a ball and a strike. The on-deck hitter is Lucas Quinlan. And it's fouled off to the right, and the defense for Brookdale today in the outfield, they have Schmidt, Smith, and Lavarco. That's the usual group. On the infield, it's Bresniak and Serrano. On the left side, Colbert and Gio Siv gets the start at first base. 1-2 pitch, crowds him and nearly hit by the pitch, but it's ball 2. And a battery for this game 1, Luca Lemira behind the plate, and Tyler Spencer now deals the 2-2. And another chop toward Bresniak. This time he has to back up on it, makes the long throw, and in time to get him. So 2 at-bats, 2 grounders to Bresniak, 1 play a little more difficult than the other, and there are 2 out. So 2 out, nobody on, and Lucas Quinlan, the right-hand hitting shortstop. And the first pitch is over for a called strike, so Spencer getting into a nice groove early. He's worked 41 innings this season. And that one is on the outside corner, called strike 2. Spencer got off to a great start this year. The ERA is a little elevated because of recent outings. As here's the 0-2, and it's fouled right side out of play. I mean, Brookdale as a staff had an ERA under 2 not too long ago, but then they matched up with that Rowan Cumberland or Gloucester team. A few high-scoring games there as Brookdale was swept in the 3-game series. 0-2 is waved and missed, strike 3. Lemira will toss down at first, and it's picked out of the dirt by Siv nicely to finish the putout, and then a 1-2-3 opening inning. Brookdale coming up, no score. Ryan Schmidt will lead it off for the Jersey Blues, and he's in his usual spot in left field. And as the leadoff hitter, as Brookdale comes to bat against Dylan Gronenthal from the stretch, delivers the first one, and it's a called strike, 0-1. Schmidt, Lavarco, and Bresniak. That's usually how Brookdale lines it up in the first three, as they bat bottom of the first with no score. And cut on and missed, 0-2, as Gronenthal took something off and pulled the string on Schmidt. He was batting at .329 this season. Still looking for that elusive first home run. 22 runs batted in. He bounces one foul up the first base side. So Gronenthal ahead of the leadoff hitter. See a lot of starting pitchers who work exclusively from the stretch these days. He misses away, a ball and 2 strikes. And a long look in. Now the pitch. A little bit high, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brookdale comes in 39-7-1 for the season. They've been able to bounce back after that tough stretch against the Roadrunners of South Jersey. It's gone to a full count. It was 0-2, and now 3-2 on Schmidt, as Lavarco takes his cuts on deck. And now the payoff pitch is hit on the ground slowly on the charge. The shortstop, Quinlan, throws on the run, and not in time. First baseman off the bag. That's Lafroskia. And so Schmidt has an infield hit to get it started. That is hit number 49. And Lavarco digs in. Named the Conference Player of the Week recently. And what a season it's been, with 17 home runs, and he takes ball 1. A .485 batting average, those 17 homers, 71 driven in. And he's been hitting the long ball of late as they try to pick off Schmidt, but he's safe. A couple of multiple home run games recently that we've seen from Lavarco. One of them, unconventionally, was an inside the Parker. Closer play at first, but safe. So Gronenthal paying a lot of attention to the base runner. Now he comes home and deals a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cloudy day for now. No rain yet. We expect wet weather later, and so we'll see how much baseball we can get in. For now, it's just cloudy and very cool, unseasonably so, as we're now in the early part of May, and the temperature is about 50 degrees. So no spring weather today. It really hasn't been much since spring supposedly begun, as Lavarco cuts and misses. Lavarco has struck out more than any Jersey Blue, at least tied with Schmidt in that category. They've each fanned 25 times. On 1-2 with the runner going, it's line to right field, base hit. Schmidt will stop at second. Lavarco's got a base hit, and Brookdale has the first 2 on. So it looked like they playing a little hit and run. Schmidt, though, could only advance 1 base. And now Bresniak, who steps in for the first time today with the .567 batting average, which is nearly 100 points better than anyone in the Region 19. Second place is his teammate, and he's on first base. That's Lavarco, strike 1. 12 home runs for Rocco this year, 70 runs batted in. He had a 100 RBI season last year playing for Rowan Gloucester. And he lines one right center field. That ball's down, a base hit. Turning third, Schmidt. He's on his way in. He'll score. Lavarco goes first to third. And Bresniak brings in Brookdale's first run of the day. It's 1-0. Three straight singles, RBI number 71. That's tied with Lavarco for the club lead. And Brookdale's got a first inning run across. And Devin Smith is the batter. Hitting in the cleanup spot, he's usually around 5 or 6, but no Ryan Cole. Brookdale has shut down their first baseman slash starting pitcher until the playoffs begin. There's a strike. Cole dealing with that wrist issue, which has hampered him in recent days. It affects him more on the mound than it does at bat, but Johnny Johnson thinks it's best to hold him out for a bit. Runner again goes. This one is grounded through the whole left side base hit. Here comes Lavarco, stopping at second. Bresniak, 4 at bats, 4 hits, and 2-0. So they are just stringing hits together against this right-hander, Dylan Gronenthal. Winters with an ERA over 7. Runners go, throw to third, he's safe. Close play at third, but Bresniak steals it. Smith steals the base behind him. Double steal for Bresniak. That is swipe number 36. Without being caught this season. So 2 in scoring position, a chance for a big opening inning. 2 runs already home, and the Sharks have the infield in. 1-0 pitch is hit toward the middle and off the glove of the shortstop, Quinlan. 1 run scores. Bresniak, here comes Smith. There'll be no throw, and it is 4-0. Shane Andrews gets the latest hit. 5 Jersey Blues have come to bat, and they have all picked up hits. And that's going to lead to a first inning conversation. Suffolk is coached by Pete Blumenauer. His team in blue being outshined by the Jersey Blues early. And the umpire will break up the discussion. Gronenthal comes in 4 wins, 2 losses, but that high ERA, 49 hits and 40 1/3, and chances are you come here with an ERA over 7, it's going to be a tough time of it. And for Gronenthal, it has been a difficult opening inning. So now you got Pete Blumenauer chatting with the umpire before he heads back for the dugout, and Gio Civ will be the batter. He's getting the rare start at first base in Cole's place. Only base runner at first, and the first one is outside, 1-0. Sid batting at .268, and he lays off 2-0. One home run for Gio, 17 knocked in. Got a favorable count. His team already in front, 4-0, and now it's a 3-0 count. Base runner on is Andrews. And Gronenthal needs to deal a strike, and he does not. Ball 4. 6 straight have reached. Now Luca Lemira getting the start behind the plate. How about the start for the Jersey Blues on this overcast Sunday afternoon? A strike. We got started a little bit later today. Suffolk, a late arrival. After all, they did have a long trip getting here to Lincroft, better than 2 hours from where they come from, middle part of Long Island. And it's hammered down the line, and that ball is fair and more trouble. Turning third, Andrews, he walks on in. They will wave around Gio Civ. He comes to the plate, and he scores. 2-run double Luca Lemira. A half dozen before an out is recorded, 6-0. And Hunter Serrano, the batter. And he cuts and misses, 0-1. Serrano batting at .280 with 1 home run and 35 runs batted in. He's come through in the clutch his share of times this year. So this is no need for a clutch situation. His team has already plated 6 before an out. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. We've seen Brookdale with crooked numbers early in games quite often, 2-1. Double-digit run totals in first innings. Have not played very many close games in this park all year. On the walk. So they batted around, and Gronenthal just looking to retire somebody. We'll see if it's Nick Colbert hitting in the 9th spot, the second baseman, and the first one on the way is swung on, hit on the ground, backhanded by the shortstop Quinlan, but he can't pick it up cleanly, and the bases are loaded. Well, tough play for the Suffolk shortstop. Tried on the backhand, couldn't pick it up. Now Ryan Schmidt got the whole thing started with a single, came around to score. And he comes to bat with still nobody out, lifts one high in the air and foul. Strike 1. So now you've got Lemira at third, Serrano at second, Colbert at first. They are in at the corners, middle infield hoping to turn 2. But tough to do so against Schmidt. Watches that one high and away. So Schmidt bettering that .329 average with his hit already this inning. Takes a strike, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Lavarco looms next. Still hasn't had that one big swing, but every swing they've had has just kept the line moving. Now on 1-2, it's bounced foul right in Lavarco's direction. He knocks it down. It remains 1-2. These will be the final games for Brookdale of the regular season. Amazing how fast time goes. And that will go through the right side for a base hit. Come on down, Luca Lemira. They will stop Serrano. So the bases remain loaded. Schmidt picks up an RBI with a single, and it's 7-0. Well, that could be the end of the line for Dylan Gronenthal, an outing that he will want to forget, as he did not retire a man. 7 runs against him, and now the plug is about to be pulled. So he comes out, 7-0 Brookdale, nobody out. They're still batting, bases loaded, and we will be right back. So here comes Lavarco, second time in the inning as he faces a new pitcher for Suffolk County. Michael Girardi will inherit a mess. 7 runs already in, a 7-0 Brookdale lead. They've got the bases loaded, and Lavarco poised to add to it. But he takes, and it's out of the strike zone, 1-0. Base runners on, it's Serrano at third, Colbert at second, Schmidt at first. One big swing here, and it becomes a double-digit Brookdale lead. And certainly it's not out of the question. 2-0 the count, with the region's leading home run hitter at the dish. 17 long balls. And he is 1 for 1 already in this inning with a single. Corners remain in. The pitch is popped in the air to right field, not very deep. Vigiano toward the line to make the catch. Tagging at third, Serrano. He'll just draw the throw. And a good one from the right fielder. So there is the first out for Brookdale. It took the 11th batter in the inning, but Lavarco retired, and now Bresniak. Good luck retiring a player hitting near the 600 mark. Corners in, middle infield back at double play depth, and the first pitch is hit hard. That's a base hit. 1 run scores Serrano. Colbert will get the wave. The throw coming in will not be made. 2 more RBIs for Bresniak. Brookdale 9-0. So he's got 3 RBIs in the inning. Total now up to 73. And the batter, Devin Smith, 1 for 1 with a single. Breaking ball down low, 1-0. Jersey Blues facing a first-place team in Suffolk County as they come from a different region. A strike called, 1-1, out of the Region 15, but they sit atop the standings, and they've come here after a long drive and seen themselves fall behind 9-0 in the first. 2 on base, only 1 out. The pitch is hit hard but foul. Devin Smith checks in with a .453 average with 1 homer and 47 driven in. Batting average number is good for 5th in the region. Still only the bottom of the first. And Girardi's pitch really slowed down the motion and missed with it. And the count even. So starter Dylan Gronenthal, it is a line that he will not want to look at. Did not retire a batter. And that goes off the glove of Tannenbaum, and it's a full count. The rest of the defense for Suffolk County, in the outfield they have Lamonaco, Winter, and Vigiano. On the infield it's Oviedo, Quinlan, Strang, and Lafrosky around the horn, with Tannenbaum doing the catching. And Girardi now on the mound. Will come with a payoff. And it's lined right center field over the outstretched glove of Strang. Base hit right center field. Another run's coming in to score. Stopping at third is Bresniak. Schmidt crosses the dish, and that is run number 10 of the opening inning. So here's Andrews. 2 in scoring position. And that's behind him, and it might have clipped him, and it did. So the bases are loaded. It's not often that you get grazed on the backside of a pitch, but Andrews heads down to first base, and this very long inning continues. Gonna run out of room on the score sheet before long. Gio Civ, and there's a strike. Well, every Jersey Blue has reached base already in this game, which is just remarkable. Hit on the ground, a second chance to get an out. They do at second. The turn is in time, double play. Or no, it's not, because the first baseman was off the bag. So they should have turned it. Civ would have been out. Instead, another run scores on the fielder's choice. And it's 11-0. So here's Lemira, runners at the corners. And in the dirt, blocked by Tannenbaum. Brookdale coming off the game most recently. It was more of a nail-biter than they're used to. A one-run win, high and away. 2-0. A 5-4 triumph at Lehigh Carbon as they won all 3 games of that series. A strike called. Lemire already 1 for 1 in the inning. He had a double, which, believe it or not, is the only hit for extra bases. And that, again, off the glove of Tannenbaum, and the runner at first will move up. And wide ball 4, so the bases are loaded again. So Serrano's second crack of the inning, and he worked a walk. Bases loaded. There are 2 out in an inning that has seen the Jersey Blues put 11 runs on the board. A wide strike on the outside part of the plate or thereabouts, and it's 0-1. So you got Smith at third, Civ is at second, and Lemira at first. Already on their second pitcher is Suffolk County on an 0-1. Serrano lifts one on the infield first base side, and foul ground. It's grabbed by Lafroskia, and that will finally put an end to the inning. But 16 came to bat, and 11 scored after 1. Brookdale 11, Suffolk nothing. I'm Brian Goudsard on Brookdale TV as we start the second inning with Brookdale in front 11-0. That's way back when Tyler Spencer retired the side 1-2-3 to get the game started. And then it turned over to the Brookdale Bats, and 11 runs they scored. A strike called. Jake Tannenbaum leading off as they send up 4, 5, and 6 in the order. After going down quickly and quietly in the first, 1 ball and 1 strike, so Spencer now has that big lead to work with. He can just settle down and work in cruise control. Fouled away, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes on the Sharks catcher. Batting .347 this year, he is not homered with 25 driven in. And he takes when it just missed, 2-2. On deck, Oscar Cuello and then Fabian Oviedo. 2-2 pitch. Hit hard on a bounce. Nice pickup by Colbert. He'll have time to get him. 1 away. So Spencer's gotten 4 outs and 4 batters. 3 of them have come on the ground. And next it'll be Cuello. Designated hitter. And a left-hand batter. One of their better hitters, .415 with the average. He's homered twice, and he pops 1 foul, third base side. 39 driven in for Cuello. This is a team also that when they do get on base, and they haven't in this game, but they look to run a whole lot. Off the plate. And it's fouled back to the fence behind home plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Team comes in. The overall record is impressive. 30 wins, 16 losses. Winning mark both home and road. 12-10 away. High and away. But running into the Brookdale train and down 11-zip. Spencer winds his 2-2. Popped up third base side coming over Bresniak, but that's out of play. It's kind of interesting for the Sharks. They started the year 7 straight losses, and normally when you start that poorly, it's not going to be a season that turns around for you, but they followed that up with a 10-game winning streak. Last foul, so that got them right back over the 500 mark and set the tone for a winning season that they've had under Pete Blumenauer. Again, the 2-2 offering. Another one high and away, so a full count. They come from Selden, New York. A team that Brookdale seldom sees. And he pops one up, left side of the infield. Bresniak retreating onto the grass, and he'll make the catch. 2 down. So Spencer rolling right along with a big lead. And now it'll be Fabian Oviedo. Another left-hand hitter. 5 batters faced, all of them retired for the right-handers so far. Deals the first one. And it's over for a called strike. Spencer with a win today would be his 7th, and he has not lost. Down the left field line, foul. And the count 0-2. This is his 8th start of the year, 12th appearance overall, so 4 outings in relief as well. Ahead 0-2 and the pitch. Crowds him up and in. 1-2. So these are the only meetings of the season between these two, and they saved it for the very last games of the regular season. Lays off away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Joe Lamonaco would be next. And the pitch. Fouled it straight back off the fence. Bouncing ball for Siv. He'll wait on it and field it and take it himself, and that's the inning. 1-2-3 they go. 6 face, 6 down, and 11-0 Jersey Blue lead. Bottom of the second inning here in Lincroft. Jersey Blues will send up 9-1-2. Doing so against the righty Michael Girardi, who's already the first summoned to relief duty, and deals strike 1. Nick Colbert had a base hit his first time up as Brookdale nearly batted around twice in the first inning. A ball and a strike. After Colbert, it'll be Schmidt and Lavarco. Brookdale 11, Suffolk County nothing. And the 1-1 delivery. Tapped slowly up the first base side, fielded and taking to the bag Lafrosky to get the out unassisted, 1 away. So the Sharks record their first out in the second much easier than they did in the first, when it took more than the first turn through the order. Here's Schmidt. And an outside corner strike. Well, Schmidt batting for the 3rd time in this second inning, already 2 for 2, couple of singles, couple of runs. That's a good way to start a ball game. 1-1. For a guy who's been a regular part of the lineup as a freshman all season long, it's really been a luxury for Brookdale that they've had the same usual lineup as that's fouled away in just about every game. Usual group of everyday players. and producing a big season. 39 wins against just 7 losses. They have the 1 tie mixed in. Game against Monroe. That one gets to the backstop. Well, Brookdale in the game yesterday, they won it 5-4, which is a low scoring total for them. But even with that, every starter registered a hit. Full count. Bresniak was the only Jersey Blue to have a multiple hit game. Everyone else had exactly 1 hit and enough for the victory. Now the payoff pitch. Outside ball 4 and Schmidt's on. So now Lavarco, his 3rd at bat, 1 for 2 so far, singled in the 1st, then batted again in the 1st and flied out to right field. Scored once, and there's a strike. Check in on Schmidt. We saw Gronenthal pay a lot of attention to Schmidt in the last inning, but I mean, here, after all, it's 11-0. And the 0-1. Swung on, hit on the ground to short. Play to get the at second. The turn. Dug out nicely for the double play as they turn it 6-4-3 on Lavarco. Started by Quinlan. Brookdale turned aside, but they hold an 11-run lead. Brookdale 11, Suffolk nothing. We start the 3rd inning here on Brookdale TV. Brian Coudsern with you. Game 1 of a doubleheader. And the first pitch on the way is off the outside corner. Ball 1 on Joe Lomonaco, the left fielder. Lower 3rd of the order against Spencer, who has cruised through the first 2 innings, retiring all 6 against him. 2-0. Lomonaco, then Joe Strang and Dominic Vigiano in the inning. Swung on, fouled off the foot, 2 balls and a strike. Now Lomonaco batting at .280, 2 homers. 31 driven in. As a team, they've homered 14 times, which pales in comparison to the 45 total for the Jersey Blues. 2-1 pitch, pulled over the bag and foul, just foul. Base umpire right on top of it, making the call emphatically. And a full count. Spencer has not walked a man. He has struck out just one, but getting ground balls, 3 of them. Got a couple of weak pop-outs in the last inning as well. This one is driven. First base side, long run, Civ, and he'll be over the fence out of play. Civ made a mad dash going for that ball. And now the 3-2 pitch. On the ground, big hop for Colbert. He knocks it down. He throws to first in time. 1 away. So they retire Lomanaco. Joe Strang coming up. Strang hitting under the 200 mark at 181, and he watches ball 1 just off the plate. Hitting the 8th spot of the order, the second baseman. 1 out and nobody on. A strike called. And another. Well, it's going to be nice to be out on the mound. You got an 11-run lead to work with, and just throwing free and easy as Spencer is right now. This ball's hit right by him. It'll squirt through for a base hit. So the perfection bid is over as the 8th batter, Strang, picks up a base hit. So it gives Dominic Vigiano a chance with 1 on, 1 out. And he's batting an even .400 this season with 28 runs batted in. Right-hand hitter, and first to throw over. It gets by Civ. To second goes Strang as that ball really gets away. And Strang races to third where he finally stops after taking a couple of steps off third. So Spencer tried on the pickoff. It got by Civ, and it kept on going. So the Sharks get 2 bases out of that. Get a runner to third base. And Vigiano with a swing and a foul. 0-1. He's the right fielder, played his high school ball, Rocky Point. His team down by an 11 spot as they bat top 3. And a strike. So this would be a spot where Spencer would like a strikeout, pin that runner at third. It'll be back to the top of the order next. On an 0-2 pitch. It's hit high in the air off first and foul. Very cloudy day, but I think we probably expected it to already be raining by this point, and so far, at the very least, it's dry. Tapped slowly, foul. And you also would have thought that by the 5th day of May, the temperature could be, I don't know, at least 65 degrees, and it's not even approaching that. That ball's drilled to left field. Schmidt going back, and he makes the catch. Tagging at third comes Strang, and he scores. And it's a sacrifice fly to make it 11-2. 4-1. I was confused by the runner Vigiano going around the bases, but he was retired. Picks up an RBI, so it's a 10-run gain. And a strike to start off Lafroskia. 0-for-1 with the granddad to third. This is their leading home run hitter with 6 this year. Unusual that you put the power hitter in the top spot in the order. 1 ball and 1 strike. But that's how they structure their lineup. Power right out of the gate. He has 60 runs batted in with a .412 average. So he is easily their most dangerous. And he could not hold the swing, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. So Spencer's surrendered 1 run in the inning. But still in front by 10. And now is 1-2 pitch. Taken down and away. Just missed. 3-2 on Lafroskia. First baseman for the Sharks waits on a payoff pitch, and he takes it off the inside, ball 4. So now Will Winter, he also grounded out to the left side his first time up, in Bresniak, who backed up to make the play to get him. And Bresniak gets a chance here. He knocks it down, picks it up, throws quickly. The stretch by Siv, he got him. Nice play. On the side, retired. So they score 1, but middle of the third, Brookdale 11, the Sharks 1. Rocco Bresniak leading off the bottom of the third. I'm Brian Gadsworth on Brookdale TV. It's the Jersey Blues leading by 10, an 11-1 score. Batting against Michael Girardi. Winds the first pitch line, left center field. That ball's down between the outfielders and rolls all the way back to the fence. Bresniak racing for second, takes the turn, heads for third, and he will make it standing. A lead-off triple. So he's 3 for 3 in the ball game, 2 singles previously, and now a 3-bagger. And Devin Smith coming up, and he also already a 2-hit day. Couple of singles already. And runs scored to boot. Infield is in at the corners, and pretty much everyone comes in now as the first one comes in 1-0. Two and 0. Well, Girardi picked up for Dylan Gronenthal, the starter for Suffolk today, who did not retire a jersey blue in his outing. That's fouled off. Girardi, at the very least, has settled things down a bit. He got Brookdale to have a scoreless bottom of the second after their 11-run eruption. Inside and nearly got him. Already one jersey blue to be hit. That was Andrews as he got hit by one that was nearly all the way behind him. Behind 3-1 with the infield in. And it's off the plate, ball 4, and now they're at the corners. So here's Andrews. He's been on base twice. He has singled and, as mentioned, been hit by the pitch. 2 on, no one out. Brookdale looking to add to a 10-run lead, and the first one crosses a bit high, 1-0. Andrews this season, another jersey blues, batting better than the 400 mark at 415. 1 home run for the part-time catcher, part-time designated hitter. That's where he stands in this game 1 today. Teams will play another one, weather permitting, later this afternoon. And a strike called. Gio Civ waiting next. 11 runs on 11 hits. And that hit him, so he's hit by a pitch for a second time. And the bases are loaded. That brings in Civ. He has 1 home run this year. In this game, he has walked and reached on a fielder's choice. How many Brookdale players in this game don't have a hit? And the answer, 2. 1-0. So you got Bresniak started things with a triple. He's still standing at third, Smith at second, and Andrews, after getting hit by the pitch, at first. 1-0. Cut it on and miss. High chopper right side, fielded by the second baseman, gets the added second as it's dropped on the transfer. So they record the out. A run scores as Bresniak comes across to make it 12-1. So Civ picks up an RBI as Strang opted to get the lead runner. And Luca Lemira, runners at the corners. And he cracks one deep to left field, going back Lomonaco, and he'll make the catch. Tagging at third, the runner, Andrews, who comes home to score, and the play at second safe. Now that's Devin Smith, who crossed on the sacrifice fly hit by Luca Lemira. And it is 13-1. So here's Serrano, runner now just at second, and that would be Civ. First pitch strike. Serrano on the day has walked, scored, and then popped out to the first baseman in foul territory. 13-1 the score, bottom three. And Serrano with a floater out into shallow right field, coming in to make the play, Vigiano, and that will retire the side. But they tack on two after three, 13-1. Fourth inning here on the campus of Brookdale Community College, where Brookdale holds a 13-1 lead on Suffolk County. And they start the fourth inning with their third-place hitter, Lucas Quinlan, 1-0. Quinlan, the shortstop, struck out swinging his first time against Spencer, who's given up just one run and has 13 of support behind him. Cut on and miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck, Jake Tannenbaum and then Dioscar Cuello scheduled in the inning. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Quinlan, one of these second-year Sharks, just gets a piece to stay in the at-bat. Team plays their home games out on Long Island, Suffolk County, in the town of Selden, New York. 1-2 pitch. High chopper to short. Serrano plays the nice easy hop and throws just in time. Serrano played that ball a little bit casually, and Quinlan got down the line well, but play made just in time. 1 out. Base is empty for the catcher, Jake Tannenbaum. 0 for 1. He grounded out to the right side of the infield at second. And hits this one right back through the middle, and that's a base hit. So the Sharks pick up hit number 2. Spencer had retired the first 7 he faced before the first hit against him, and Suffolk able to put 1 run on the board. So now Cuello has a chance with a man on base at first. Lefty hitter, and he hits one sharply caught by Serrano. Throw back to first, not in time. Line drive off the bat of Cuello, and right at the Brookdale shortstop, nearly made it a double play. So 2 out, in steps Fabian Oviedo. 3 unassisted on his ledger back in the second inning. Fouled off to the left. Suffolk, like Brookdale, is wrapping up the regular season today. Playoffs in the Region 15 set to begin on Thursday. On the ground and past the backhand attempt of Serrano. That goes into left center, and they've got 2 on base. So Joe Lomonaco. 2 on, 2 out, and a 13-1 Brookdale lead, and a little bit low, 1-0. The name Lomonaco, it makes you think of a player Brookdale had here last year, Joe Lomangino, as they pick off at second, and they got him. Tannenbaum picked off, and we're in the middle of the 4th, 13-1, Jersey Blues. Bottom of the 4th inning, and it'll be 9-1-2 up for Brookdale with a lead of a dozen, 13-1 on top of Suffolk County. Colbert first man up, 1-0. Schmidt and Lavarco will follow in the inning. Jersey Blues put up 11 in the first, went to second without scoring, added 2 in the last frame, 2 balls and no strikes. Colbert a 1-for-2 afternoon. He singled back in the first when Brookdale nearly went through the lineup twice. 3-0. His last at bat, he grounded out, play made unassisted at first. Taking all the way, a strike. And ball 4. So it brings in Schmidt. He's already been on 3 times. 2 singles and a walk. And he skies one. Third baseman Oviedo coming into foul territory, and he grabs it, out number 1. So Schmidt retired. Lavarco will be next. Lavarco 1 out of 3. They turned a double play against him his last time, 6-4-3. Single came back in the first. He scored a run. Inside 1-0. Facing Michael Girardi, who has calmed the storm a bit. Fouled away. After the 11 runs, most of that damage against Dylan Gronenthal, who will, if he does look at his line after this game, will see that he did not get any outs recorded. A strike. Off the foot, and Lavarco goes down for a moment. He helps himself up and will try to walk off the pain of that one. He's still stretching himself out there, hoping to continue this at bat, but you get baseball fouled off your body, that can leave a mark. He'll tough it out. 1-2 strike count, base runner aboard, Colbert. And the Brookdale lead 13-1 as we play this bottom of the 4th inning. Game 1 of a double dip against the out-of-staters from Suffolk County. And a high drive to left, going back Lomonaco, but he can just watch this one leave the yard. A 2-run drive. Nick Lavarco, number 18 on the season, and Brookdale leads by a score of 15-1. So the first home run of the day. And as a team, it is number 46. As Bresniak, the batter, 1 out in the inning. Ball 1. Bresniak, he's having a day already. 3 for 3, a couple of singles. Last time up, a triple. And here is a shot out to right field. Going back, Vigiano. That ball is over his head. One hops up against the fence. Bresniak to second, takes the turn. He wants another triple, and he's got it. 4 for 4 with 2 3-base hits. My goodness. A home run and a triple, and back-to-back turns at bat now for Brookdale in the inning as they just continue to tee off. And Devin Smith coming up, and he's been on base 3 times, couple of singles, walked his last time. Another game that Brookdale has just blown out of the water. Breaking ball strike. The Sharks today, it's been more like Baby Shark. Inside. Runner on is Bresniak. Looks like it'll be the first coming off the bench in the on-deck circle, and Dan Coles. That's down and away. So Johnny Johnson will start the parade of getting just about any available player in this game. Another lopsided score. Kind of games that Brookdale has well become accustomed to. That's hit high in the air left center. Pretty well hit, but going back Winter, and he'll make the catch. Tagging at third, Bresniak. He comes home to score, so sacrifice fly gives Smith an RBI, and that's the 16th run on the board. And time called at the plate. Well, they make the lineup change on the card as Andrews is out. He was on base 3 times, the last 2 of which came by getting hit by pitches. So Coles comes in with a .321 average. 1 home run, 16 driven in, and ball 1. Bases are now empty with 2 out, and a game that is 16-1. Pitch from Girardi. 2-0. Only in the bottom of the 4th, and we don't believe the mercy rule applies for doubleheader games, so it looks like we'll be playing a full 7. 3-0 on Coles. Civ would be next. Inside corner, strike. Strike 2. Hammered to right. That ball's heading back toward the fence and off the fence. Cole's heading for second. The throw coming in, not in time, and he's got a double. Didn't miss his second home run of the year by much at all, as that one scraped right off the facing of the fence. And an extra base hit nonetheless.
Runner, 2-9 for 15. 2-9.
So Coles gets a double, will leave for a pinch runner. Couldn't see who that is who took over at second base. Jules Conti. And the batter, Gio Civ. Breaking ball, strike. 3 more runs home in this inning to extend the lead to now a 15-run advantage. Just another whopper. And down low to even the count. Brookdale came in 25-4-1 here at home. And all 4 of the losses are against the 2 teams that they are looking up at in the standings. Region 19 led by Rowan Gloucester, Northampton in second. And it's recently that Rowan Gloucester has gone in front to the number 1 spot, very high with the pitch. The Jersey Blues swept by both here at home, so those were disappointing games, but against just about everyone else, they've had a lot of games like this. And this coming against a first-place team. I mean, this is not a team coming in with a 2-20 record like we've seen before. It's a team that has 30 wins. First place in their standings, or like Brookdale Division 3. But it's been a rough go for them. And Civ with a high fly to right and waiting on it. Or no, this is coming in the first baseman, Lafroskia, who makes the catch in foul territory to end the inning. But 3 more runs score, make it 16-1, 4 innings complete. Start the top of the 5th inning with strike 1, Joe Lomonaco. He was at the plate when Jake Tannenbaum was picked off second base. It's granted up the first baseline, foul ball. Looks like light rain has begun to sprinkle here in Lincroft. And just before the Sharks came to bat in this inning, well, we heard Baby Shark. Which became quite a rallying cry for a major league team, the Nationals. And Tyler Spencer, working with a 15-run lead, starts the inning with a strikeout of Lomonaco, 1 down. Base is clear. Joe Strang has one of the couple of hits that the Sharks had managed so far. Strike 1 called. A third inning single came in to score their lone run. Ripped down the left field line, but well foul. Strang has not hit a home run this year, but made some noise with that loud liner. Instead, it's just strike 2. And Spencer delivers. Bouncing ball to second. Chris Clark has taken over there. He throws to first just in time. 2 away. Couple of changes for Brookdale. Clark now at second, and Kensel Flores has taken over for Lavarco in right field. 2 out, nobody on. Dominic Vigiano picked up an RBI on a sacrifice fly, the only run that Suffolk has driven in this game. Called a strike. Top of the 5th inning, and the 0-1. Cut on and missed. Spencer has 2 strikeouts. Deals 0-2. High pop, sieve over, but it's foul. Held the swing, and the base umpire confirms as much. A ball and 2 strikes. Lined, caught by Bresniak, the inning over. 1-2-3 against Spencer. Middle of the 5th, it's 16-1. And that has apparently wrapped it up for Game 1, as we thought for a moment that they were going to play the full 7, but they have called this one after 4.5 innings in Game 1 of the doubleheader. The final count goes Brookdale's way, 16-1, as Spencer goes the distance over 5 innings. Allows just 1 run against him and plenty of thunder from the Brookdale bats. Another homer for Lavarco, his 18th. Brookdale put up 11 in the first and never looked back. So 16-1 the final. Game 2 coming up as you watch Brookdale baseball here on Brookdale TV.